The 12th book, his crater or monas. The workman made this universal world, not with his hands, but his word. Therefore, thus think of him as present everywhere, and being always, and making all things, and one above, that by his will hath framed the things that are. For that is his body, not tangible, nor visible, nor measurable, nor extensible, nor like any other body. For it is neither fire, nor water, nor air, nor wind, but all these things are of him. For being good, he hath dedicated that name unto himself alone. But he would also adorn the earth, but with the ornament of a divine body. And he sent man an immortal and mortal creature. And man had more than all living creatures in the world because of his speech and mind. For man became the spectator of the works of God, and wondered and acknowledged the Maker. For he divided speech among all men, but not mind, and yet he envied not any. For envy comes not thither, but is of abode here below in the souls of men that have not the mind. Taught. But wherefore, Father, did not God distribute the mind to all men? Because it pleased him, O Son, to set that in the middle among all souls, as a reward to strive for. Taught. And where hath he set it? Hermes. Filling a large cup or bowl therewith, he set it down, giving also a crier or proclaimer. And he commanded him to proclaim these things to the souls of men. Dip and wash thyself, thou that art able, in this cup or bowl, thou that believest, thou that shalt return to him that sent this cup, thou that acknowledge whereunto they were made. As many therefore as understood the proclamation, and were baptized or doused into the mind, these were made partakers of knowledge, and became perfect men, receiving the mind. But as many as missed of the proclamation, they received speech, but not mind, being ignorant whereunto they were made, or by whom. But their senses are just like the brute beasts, and having their temper and anger and wrath, they do not admire the things worthy of looking on. But wholly addicted to the pleasure and desires of the body, they believe that man was made for them. But as many as partook of the gift of God, these, O taught, in comparison of their works, are rather immortal than mortal men, comprehending all things in their mind, which are upon the earth, which are in heaven, and if there be anything above heaven. And lifting up themselves so high they see the good, and seeing it, they account it as a miserable calamity to make their abode here. And despising all things bodily and unbodily, they make haste to the one and only. Thus, O taught, is the knowledge of the mind, the beholding of divine things, and the understanding of God, the cup itself being divine. Taught. And I, O Father, would be baptized and drenched therein. Hermes. Except thou first hate thy body, O Son, thou cannot love thyself. But loving thyself, thou shalt have the mind, and having the mind, thou shalt also partake the knowledge of science. Taught. How meanest thou that, O Father? Hermes. Because it is impossible, O Son, to be conversant about things mortal and divine. For the things that are, being two bodies, and things incorporeal, wherein is the mortal and the divine, the election or choice of either is left to him that will choose, for no man can choose both. And of whichsoever the choice is made, the other being diminished or overcome, magnify the act and operation of the other. The choice of the better, therefore, is not only best for him that choose it, by deifying a man, but it also showed piety and religion towards God. But the choice of the worst destroys a man, but cloth nothing against God, save that as pomp or pageants, and when they come abroad, cannot do anything themselves but hinder. After the same manner also do these make pomp or pageants in the world, being seduced by the pleasure of the body. These things being so, O taught, that things have been, and are so plenteously ministered to us from God, let them proceed also from us, without any scarcity or sparing. For God is innocent or guiltless, but we are the cause of evil, preferring them before the good. Thou seest, O Son, how many bodies we must go beyond, and how many choirs of demons, and what continuity and courses of stars, that we make haste to the one and only God. For the good is not to be transcended. It is unbounded and infinite, unto itself without beginning, but unto us, seeming to have a beginning, even our knowledge of it. For our knowledge is not the beginning of it, but shows us the beginning of it being known unto us. Let us therefore lay hold of the beginning, and we shall quickly go through all things. It is indeed a difficult thing to leave these things that are accustomable and present, and turn us to those things that are ancient and according to the original. For these things that appear delight us, but make the thing that appear not hard to believe, or the things that appear not are hard to believe. The things most apparent are evil, but the good is secret or hid in, or to the thing that appear for it hath neither form nor figure. For this cause is like to itself, but unlike everything else, for it is impossible that anything incorporeal should be made known or appear to a body. For this is the difference between the like and the unlike, and the unlike wanteth always somewhat of the like. For the unity, beginning, and the root of all beings, as being the root and beginning. Nothing is without a beginning, but the beginning is of nothing, but of itself, for it is the beginning of all other things. Therefore it is, seeing it is not from another beginning. Unity therefore, being the beginning, containeth every number, but itself is contained of none, and begetteth every number, itself being begotten of no other number. Everything that is begotten or made is imperfect, and may be divided, increased, diminished. But to the perfect there happeneth none of these. And that which is increased by unity, that is consumed and vanished through weakness, being not able to receive the unity. This image of God have I described to thee, O Tot, as well as I could, which oft thou do diligently consider, and view by the eyes of the mind and heart, believe me, son, thou shalt find the way to the things above, or rather the image itself will lead thee. But the spectacle or sight hath this peculiar and proper, them that can see and behold it, it holds fast and draws unto it, as they say, the lodestone doth iron. End of Book 12.